So, hi YouTube, this is the Kawasaki Z650 Performance Edition and my review and the short walk around. But first let's clarify what is the difference between the Z650 and the Z650 Performance. I mean, the Performance is just a performance kit, but the Performance kit, what does that include? The Performance kit first includes this sticker, this tank sticker with the Kawasaki logo, and that aims at protecting the tank. So that is the first thing that is included in the performance pack. And then the performance pack also includes this back seat cover. I mean, this actually replaces the back seat, so the back seat is not underneath, so this is a seat cover. And the seat cover, I mean, it's really easy to remove, because just underneath there is a keyhole, so it can be opened and it can be removed the same way as the seat basically. But again, it's to be emphasized that the seat is not included until under the seat cover. What else is included? Of course, the biggest thing, let's say, the biggest thing that is included in the performance pack is the Akrapovic exhaust that you can see here underneath. So that totally replaces the stock exhaust. So you don't get a stock exhaust, you get the motorbike with this titanium look Akrapovic sport exhaust. This is what comes in stock with the performance version. So again, the stock exhaust is not included. And what else is there? And the fourth thing that comes with the performance pack is the front windshield or wind guard, which is slightly bigger than the original one. And if you look underneath, you can see that is the original one, so that is slightly shorter, and this one is bigger. So this is basically the performance pack, nothing else included. What I ordered in addition, I could have ordered the Kawasaki shock absorbers on the side, but instead I opted for these shock absorbers or crash protectors, because they are much more massive, much more solid, and give much more protection in my view than the original Kawasaki. And what else I ordered? I ordered also these Kawasaki original side bags. Of course, you have to buy also the mounting kit, those metal things on the side. And the bags, well, they have a volume of 14 liters, and I mean, there is this carry handle with which you can carry them, and then you can zip them to the side, and you see in the inside that it has this kind of flexible net. And there you have also this bag. This bag, I mean, it's just a simple bag, but the basic purpose of this bag is that if it's raining, the bag itself, the side bag itself, is not waterproof, so that's why they give you this extra bag, so that you can put your stuff into this bag and then they won't get wet. But concerning, I mean, the weight that it can carry, you see it's 3 kilos a side. And then it also has this front pocket. The front pocket seems little, but it's not as little as it looks, so the volume is slightly bigger than one would think so. Well, what else is there? I mean, the thing that I like most is basically the green frame, which is not the Kawasaki green, but still it's green. And that's why I opted for this white version, and the white is also not shiny white, but kind of matte white. And then it's combined with this black and this, should I say, fluorescent green. Okay, let's take it that way. So starting from the front, it has 2 disc brakes, and as you can see there, it's equipped with ABS. And then the face is something that I really like. It looks quite aggressive in my view compared to the ER6N, because this bike is the successor of the ER6N. It has not a V-twin but a parallel twin engine, 650 649 cc, and then you have of course the foot pegs. That's for changing the gear, and then you have the back foot pegs as well. And this rear license plate holder, I mean, seems really bulky and big, so I'm already thinking about changing it, but changing it fender eliminator is not all that easy. And then you can see the backlight, which is kind of, some people say it's Z, some people say it's X, but for me it's in the Z version, it is Z. And then what else should I say? I mean, you can of course check the levels. This is on the right side, the rear brake liquid level indicator, and then just right beside it you can see the F and the L, low and full. This is the coolant level. There you can check this, and then on the engine block you can see this is the oil indicator. The oil level should be between the top and the bottom, so not below, not above, but between the two. And then you also have of course here the front brake liquid indicator that says LWR, which is low, so it should be above that, and you can see that it is above that level. And what I like most, just to finish up this whole thing, what I like most is, and why I bought this, is the negative display, which is absolutely awesome. I really like it. And if you just put it on, you see that it has this is a real negative display. I mean, I only saw these negative displays in Casio watches, so it's not something that every bike has, but this has this negative display, and for me it gives much more visibility than the normal display. And then you see here the left function button, the right function button, and then you can see it's neutral, and then here it also has the gear indicator, which means that when you are on the move you can see in which gear you are. And of course this revving button, this revving sign, this can be changed. I mean, the whole thing can be customized, but that is another story, because I mean it's quite not all that complicated, but it requires reading the user manual to know how these things can be changed. Well, in overall I am satisfied with the Z650, although I'm not all that experienced, but I consider it a nice entry-level big bike, as I would say. So I mean, just take a look. And what I almost forgot to mention, the adjustable levers. I mean, I don't know if it, yes, there it is. You can see the numbers, so you can adjust basically both the front brake, this is actually the clutch, but you can also adjust the front brake as well, so it gives you a nice position depending on how long your fingers are and how big your hand is. So I mean, this is my review and walk around of the Kawasaki Z650, the performance edition. Well, later on I might change a few things, and at last not least, if you take this thing down, then you can also adjust the suspension, which can be seen there. And with the ER6N it used to be on the side, now it's in the middle. And if this thing is removed, then you can adjust the suspension in 4 different levels. So this is the Kawasaki Z650. I can only recommend it to other people. I know it's one of the big competitors of the M0 Yamaha M07, but I like the Z and I like the Z650, and I mean, the seating position is not all that high, it's 79 centimeters, but you can already buy for about 130 euros a slightly bigger seat. Then with this you will change the front seat and you will replace it with a higher seat, which will give you, instead of 79, it will give you a seat height of 82 centimeters. So this is my overall, let's say, first review, first impressions of the Kawasaki Z650. And again, I can only highly recommend it. I think it looks good, it feels good, and with the performance pack, well, it's up to you to decide, but I think I would consider that it was worth it. So just take another look. I'm going to stay silent, but you can see how it looks. For me it looks really nice. So there it is, the Z650.